Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Mukesh English. This is Mukesh Soni, and in this video we are going to have a discussion of the important questions of a famous speech titled I Have a Dream, delivered by Martin Luther King Jr. And this speech is prescribed for third semester BA students under Bangalore University and Bangalore North University, and you need to answer the questions in a paragraph. So here we have the very first question. The life of Negro is still sadly crippled by the manacles of segregation, discrimination. Elaborate. Martin Luther says that five score years ago, a great American in whose symbolic shadow we stand today signed the Emancipation Proclamation. This momentous decree is a great beacon light of hope to millions of Negro slaves who had been seared in the flames of withering injustice. It came as a joyous daybreak to end the long night of the captivity, but 100 years later, the Negro still is not free. 100 years later, the life of the Negro is still badly crippled by the manacles of the segregation and the chains of discrimination. 100 years later, the Negro lives on a lonely island of poverty in the midst of a vast ocean of material prosperity. 100 years later, the Negro is still languished in the corners of American society and finds himself in exile in his own land. In this manner, Martin Luther dramatizes this shameful condition. What is a dream? Discuss the significance of the repetition of the word dream here. Martin Luther King uses repetition in his speech, I Have a Dream, and to provoke emotions in the audience with the intention to unite the population. Firstly, he uses repetitive diction as a form of propaganda, which is in turn gives the notion to his audience that they are all equals. King's use of repetition is clearly noted when he says, and when this happens, when we allow freedom to ring, when we let ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up the day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands. King frequently uses the word we to try and unite his audience. He uses the word when to refer a place and time worldwide and now. The message he is trying to convey using diction is we, the population, are not united. When will we become equals? Through his speech, King is not only trying to establish black men's rights, but also is trying to emphasize how all Americans, all the population is involved in this injustice, regardless of skin color, religions, or even homosexuality. Throughout Martin Luther King's speech, he never refers to himself as I. Instead, he consistently uses the word we. Therefore, he establishes his notion of equality. The dream was, I have a dream today. What is a dream? I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be engulfed, every hill shall be exalted, every mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plains, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. Question number 3. What is a pledge? When will it be fulfilled according to Martin Luther King Jr.? The pledge is to always march ahead on the path of freedom and never to turn back, but to move ahead with chest puffed, means to say with strength. It will be fulfilled when the Negroes get the rights and freedom, they get justice and are not tortured, tormented, segregated, discriminated, and separated from the rest of our society. It should not happen. It will be fulfilled when Negroes are free from the clutches of slavery and are given citizenship rights. Question number 4. Narrate in brief the speech given by Martin Luther King. I have a dream in your own words, so it could be a summary as well. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s I Have a Dream speech is one of the most celebrated oratory pieces in American history. King delivered the speech from the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C. on August 28, 1963 as the final speech of the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom. The aim was to advocate for equal rights to access to freedoms and jobs. Though the American Constitution and the Declaration of Independence have promised equal rights, justice, and freedom to all the blacks and whites, this is not implemented in practice. In American societies, there's still strong racial discrimination, injustice, hatred, and other inequalities between whites and blacks. The blacks are hated, neglected, and tortured in practice. In American societies, there's still strong racial discrimination. They are deprived of the rights, freedom, equality, justice. They are treated to be slaves and are exiled in their own country. They live a very poor and miserable life among the rich whites. Only the whites enjoy the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Martin Luther King addresses the American blacks and says that they should continue the struggle until they establish equality, peace, and brotherhood in America. However, the struggle should be without violence. He says that they should fight for their rights without causing physical violence, which may cause bitterness and hatred. They should follow the path and philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi. If they keep on struggling in a disciplined way, they will achieve their aims. Luther King hopes that one day the chains of hatred, racial discrimination, injustice, and inequality will be broken. The new sun, the new sun will rise with the rays of liberty, equality, peace, and brotherhood. Martin Luther King urges that there should be an immediate change in the conception of whites. Racial and color discrimination will weaken the foundation of America. Luther King says that his dream is the dream of America. His dream is the dream of freedom, justice, equality. The color of the skin is not important. What is important in humanity? Therefore, one day, all discrimination and inequality will disappear. All the blacks and white will walk together, joining hands as brother and sister. At last, not only blacks, all the American people will be free. There'll be sweet music of liberty, justice, equality all over America. So, friends, this is how I have tried to solve the questions of the famous speech "I Have a Dream" by Martin Luther Jr. King. In the description box, you can see the links of all the videos, all the third semester BA generic English videos links could be seen in the description box. If you have any question, you can reach me at the mukeshenglish@gmail.com. If you like the video, subscribe the video, like the video. If you like the video, please share the video among your friends. Thank you once again. Wish you good luck for the examination.